Hey friends, I hope you're doing well. I want to talk about Neil Young today. I was reading this article in The Guardian. It was an interview with Henry Diltz, a great photographer. He's taking these iconic images that you've seen all your life of people like Crosby, Stills, and Nash, Neil Young, Joni Mitchell, great photographer. It's an interview with him, and it's kind of a collection of anecdotes, and it's a really fun read, and I'll put a link to it down below, so I think you might dig it. But one of the things that he says in that is that there was originally a different album cover for Harvest, and I'd never heard that before. Maybe you've heard that before, but I'd never heard it, so I figured I would share that. He says now he's up at Neil Young's ranch, Broken Arrow, and this is from the article, Henry Diltz in The Guardian. He says Gary, and when he says Gary, he means Gary Burden. Gary Burden did all of Neil's album covers except one, Harvest. One time we were up there, Neil was sitting on a hay bale with a hat playing a little guitar. I think that photo would have been the cover of Harvest, except Gary and Neil had an argument or something, so he never designed that cover. It came out with just the word Harvest on it instead. It's not official, but that photo is the perfect Harvest photo. And the times that I would hang out with Neil at his ranch, he was very funny. He would laugh about everything. He's got a great feel for life, but he's very private. Now, I had never heard this. I've never heard that there was a possibility of a different album cover. So I was thinking, I wonder if I can find these photos. Are they out there floating around and we just don't know that they were meant to be used as that? So I started looking, did a Google image search for Henry Diltz, Neil Young, and just started going down. And a few photos popped up of Neil Young with a parlor guitar, a Martin parlor guitar, sitting on a hay bale in his barn, and it's gotta be it. I'll put a link right here. This is the best of those, I thought. And now imagine if this was the cover of Harvest. And I'll also show a few of the others, and you can tell me which one you think might have been the best. I've never had any feelings one way or the other about the album cover of Harvest. Maybe you have strong opinions one way or the other, but I think this first photo that I've shown you right here, I think I'd like that as an album cover much more than the one that ended up on there. I don't know. Have you heard this story? Is this out there and I've never heard it? Sometimes, if people don't know things, how do we know if we've never been told? So, maybe you all know this and I don't. I try to be easy on people if they've never heard something before. It's not willful ignorance. And I circled back to Gary Burden, and I went to Thrasher's Wheat, which is, I've talked about it before, it's just a great website, Neil Young resource. You go way down the Neil rabbit hole. I was just kind of reading around on there, and they have some quotes from Gary Burden, which I thought was pretty good. He says, I've been working with Neil on album covers since his release of After the Gold Rush in 1970. I would listen in on Neil's recording sessions. I mean, really listen to the music. And most of the time, the music would tell me what the design wants to be. I'd present my ideas to Neil, and he'd give me his own ideas and feedback, and we would incorporate both into the album design. Neil is a prolific writer and has a great vision. It's nice to collaborate with someone that doesn't do design. They see beyond the boundaries we put on ourselves and push us farther. I really like that sentence, to see beyond the boundaries that we put on ourselves and push ourselves farther. That's a quality it took me a while in life to get better at, but and it's a constant, want to constantly improve on that one. Maybe you guys share that one. Maybe you're fortunate to where you never did that in the first place, but they see beyond the boundaries we put on ourselves and push us further. Neil doesn't understand the concept of we can't do that, and his ideas almost always end up being right. And that's Gary Burden on Thrasher's Wheat. I really dig most of those Neil album covers. Some of them don't completely jump off onto me, but I digged them a lot. The one thing I remember reading, I think it was in Rolling Stone quite a while ago, was that Neil wanted the actual album jacket for Harvest to be biodegradable. I guess it is biodegradable, but he wanted it to quickly, as soon as you would peel the plastic off, it would begin disintegrating at a rate much quicker than album covers now would last a long, long time, which was a clever idea, and it makes a good story, but the record company's like, we can't do that. People will be so mad if their album cover disintegrates a year after buying it or a month after or whatever. It's a clever idea. And also on Harvest, I dig the album a lot, but man, when it gets into the stuff with the London Symphony Orchestra, it's just never clicked with me. Never clicked with me at all. You know, so the stuff he did in Nashville, I love. But I actually, now what's this say about me? I don't dig the stuff they did with the London Symphony Orchestra, but he recorded that, I think it was in Barking. It was either Barking or Leytonstone, but I was in Leytonstone a few years ago, and I went to the building, some hall or something, where they recorded that. So I just wanted to go to it, and so I'm a sucker for visiting these sites where interesting thing happened. So even though I don't dig that part of the record, I still traveled to witness where it took place. What's that say about? I think I'm hopeless is what it says about me. Way too far down the rabbit hole. But I will link both of those links down below, and you guys can read it and tell me what you think. You like the pictures better than the album cover that we actually have, or would you rather stick with the one we have? And I'll talk to y'all somewhere down the road. Much love to you.